Hello everyone! Blue Star Saber here once again to do another One Piece chapter review. Chapter 1128, titled RPG. Let's see, this chapter follows up pretty much last One Piece chapter in which Nami ended up exploring a giant, Lego castle being attacked by a bunch of wild animals, giant animals, be it bees, hedgehogs, or cats, running into Usopp as they run for their life, only to be saved by the monster trio at the end as they casually take aside their situation, only for Nami to completely break down and even use Usopp as a human shield at one point, much to his dismay. But yes, this chapter is pretty much following events of last one, in which the Straw Hats appear to have entered Elbaf at last. Will that be the case? Will we learn more about? Will they learn more about their situation? Will we see more giants? Well, we're about to find out. But before the chapter begins, we've got this reader request by based on a double-colored spread based on a reader's request where the Straw Hats are having a volcano-top barbecue with a dragon from Hebo S. Oda, and the Straw Hats as magicians flying for the sky with black cats from Honey Liquor. Okay, seems to be some anime-based myths for these black cats, I guess, but most people would probably assume that the Straw Hats are dressed like Hogwarts students from Harry Potter, as they are flying on balloons, being next to a sort of like a purple dragon. You see Luffy just holding on to one hand with his, Sanji on legs with his, trying to catch Robin, Usopp underneath his, like holding for his life, Robin just sitting down looking up at Luffy, Frankie being more on a motorcycle, one where Nami is a motorcycle handle on his broom with Nami in the front. Let's see, Brook upside down and Chopper holding on to his dear life, while you have Jinbei relaxing on the dragon's head and Zoro just sitting on its nose, which seems very fitting for those two. But yeah, it's a nice little double-colored spread. Many people might think Harry Potter, which I will admit makes me a little nostalgic if it weren't for J.K. Rowling's controversial tweets every second. But anyway, moving on, we've got Sanji on Nami's. We got Sanji holding Nami where he talks about how this can't be a dream, otherwise there wouldn't be any men in it, implying that it'd only be him and Nami. Let's see, with Nami just complaining about what kind of dreams are you having, Sanji, which I think, Nami, you really don't want to know. Anyway, Sanji jumps off as he goes like, time to jump, and Nami's just screaming as someone says, look out, it's crumbled again. As someone said, I woke up on the other side of that town and walked towards all the knights to find him finishing off this huge rabbit. So talking about how he encountered Luffy, said, you could have beaten that cat lion, Usopp, as Luffy is giving his like disappointed look at Usopp, and Usopp saying how it woke me up by eating me, and he was freaking out trying to make excuses. So you got that. Anyway, we get more of a full look of Usopp's sort of Viking look, if you will. Well, he literally stated the design from last chapter, so I'm not going to do it again. But so he goes like, so here's what I think. In my view, these Elbaf warrior clothes that we've been dressed in, but there's no way that the land of Elbaf, the land of giants, would have clothes our size. So he starts to get suspicious that the fact that we probably aren't actually in Elbaf. Well, Nami says, so are you saying that this is Elbaf, but we've been turned into giants? Saying that she can't be, thinks this can't, and as she's observing, she says this can't be a real tree. As Zoro says, I think there were people in town. We got to ask around to get the bottom of this. So Zoro says we got to ask people about for local information. Luffy agreeing with him, and Sanji says that the others crew are probably not here. As Usopp asks why, he says that his Robin's not turning up on his May radar, or his women radar, whatever you want to call it, And Nami's just saying, commenting on a joke, saying, "What, are you a dog or something, Sanji?" As Luffy just declares, "Okay, let's go ask for help," and says, "Adventure, woo!" Nami, I think, going like, "Why are you so excited about all this?" It's he talking about how freaky the place is. And Luffy says, "We're out in the wide open and there isn't even any breeze." With Sanji just going like, cheer up, Nami. You still got me. Trying to be super protective. So, yeah. I'll just make a bit critzy comments on these bits of the chapters here. I do like the little banter you're getting between Nami and Sanji this chapter, where Sanji's just trying to go like, "Oh, Nami, this can't be a dream. There are men around, not just you and me, pretty much." And she's like, being kind of disgusted by Sanji, being a little disturbed by Sanji's dreams, which, frankly, I would not want to find out what Sanji's dreaming if I were you, Nami. I'm pretty certain it solves quite a few naughty things with you in it, but yeah. So, but yeah, it's a little funny, but I do like how Sanji's trying to act like the like Prince Charming, if you will, but I think Nami's only really reluctantly doing this because, well, it's in they're in a place where lots of giant animals, so otherwise I doubt she would tolerate this for long. But I do like how he's just going like, just going all lovey-eyed and jumping everywhere, and Nami's just like, of course, not really up to that. Look, granted, I think it was pretty much Luffy. She probably would have punched him for jumping so down with accuracy, regardless for their safety. So, anyway, for once, it seems Zoro actually managed to find find his directions of actually finding someone on purpose this time, as he actually found his directions by listening to Luffy eating the rabbit, which I guess props to Zoro on that for actually finding directions for a change or finding the right place. But yeah. Anyway, I do love how Luffy's just like to Usopp saying, "Hey, Usopp, you should be in that cat lion." About Usopp, and it's like, I do love how Luffy has like this great confidence in his crew, even though Usopp might doubt it. Now, arguably, Usopp probably should be able to defeat that cat lion, but yeah. No, Usopp, I do like how defensive Usopp gives with like his excuses, saying, "It woke me up by eating me. I was freaking out," which, to be fair, if I was probably being eaten by a giant cat or a lion thing, I probably would be freaking out and not really thinking rationally. Though, granted, I'd probably be killed if that was the case. So I give props to Usopp there. Anyway, I do like Usopp's design, like I said last chapter, but it is interesting that Usopp's giving a theory about the fact that, okay, this can't really be Elbaf because, they wouldn't really have clothes for us, which, yeah, I do like how they're starting to question who changed into their clothes. Well, granted, I guess Nami is not asking the uncomfortable question of whether or not a guy or a girl dressed her up. But yeah. Or perhaps it's probably best that she never knows, but yeah. But Nami does give like one of the possible theories that, okay, what if we would have been turned into giants, which, to be fair, I think there is a devil fruit. But I think that devil fruit only belongs to a certain character. Maybe that one, I think maybe that one character from an anime filler. I've kind of forgotten like this giant-sized grow devil fruit. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to see if there's a... Let's see, hold on. Giant size devil fruit. Life-size devil fruit. Hold on. No, I'm just nope. That is just some Amazon products. Okay, the Deki no Mi. Yes. Sangon has like the giant fruit. So let's see. I can't believe I actually forgot that. I mean, he was just in the One Piece episode today. I mean, well, technically yesterday here in the UK. But so yeah, Nami. Well, probably that would be a smart thing to guess. That fruit already belongs to one of the Blackbeard pirates. So I think, let's see, from like these two conversations and from what I looked at Mr. Morge's video a while back on a prediction, it seems that Usopp might be correct that this isn't actually Elbaf, but Nami's got the reverse thing wrong. And instead of them actually being, let's see, grown to giant size, they've been reduced to like tiny little, let's see, so small size ants or tiny people, if you will. So, and they are in a, let's see, regular sized toy house, but they've all been shrunk to like action figures, if you will. Anyway, I do like how Zoro is like using his rationale about finding, let's see, going to the town to ask questions, Luffy agreeing, and I do like how Sanji's going on about how I don't think the rest of the crew here is because I cannot, let's see, sniff out Robin, which I do like how Nami's just like kind of weirded out by the fact that Sanji seems to be acting like a dog. At least a dog nose for women, if you will, but yeah. I also like how Usopp and Luffy are excited for adventure, but Nami's like, hey, we're in a dangerous place, but he's like, we're like, adventure! But I do like how Sanji's trying to say, you got me, Nami Swan! Anyway, continue on with their adventure. Let's see, they realize something's coming, and Nami's kind of disgusted by what it looks like. But Luffy is just more impressed, let's see, by the fact that a giant grasshopper is here. But Luffy's just more impressed by this sort of Viking-like biker guy saying, let's see, as he tries to tell his grasshopper that being easy, and he's going like, that's it's a grasshopper, and all that stuff. With him, just let's see, grasshopper bike rider saying, hey, you guys new around here? Nami's like, no bugs. Same with Sanji. As there he goes like, hey, who are you, man? Where are we? Asking if he's seen that crew. And he goes like, that's a lot of questions. But he says he's in a hurry, apologizes and says he's in a hurry, as he hasn't really time to talk, but he will at least give him this, saying that all this vast land you see belongs to the sun god. Luffy's confused by this. And it says, as he goes on about how he serves the ruler of Bigston Castor, Master Iscat. And he goes like, wait, there's a person at a castle. He goes like, no, it's a cat. As Luffy goes like, oh, no, sorry, I actually just, but Usopp quickly silences him before he says that, oh, he just beats up the cat. As he goes like, you might call this the land of gods, saying how he should be leaving. Nami's keeping her mouth tight-lipped shut because of what, let's see, what this, because this guy serves the cat god, going on about how he says he should be leaving now. Saying how he should look, Needle God Hedgehog is looking for food, as Nami is sealing, Nami's sealing her mouth because of the fact that she knocked that hedgehog out with her lightning, and going on about saying he'd be running a bit late because of the ear guard, a giant rabbit found burnt to death near the town. Usopp continuing to hold Luffy's mouth and just keeping his lips shut, and Zoro doing the whistling, same with Nami and Sanji, Nami, Sanji, and Zoro all like doing the guilty whistling, going like, "I didn't do this" kind of thing. Saying, so if you're hungry, you should go to the town to get your fodder or proper food, I guess he's trying to say. So so trying to avoid telling them what they've done, and the guy says, and let me warn you, you must never venture into the other direction from the castle. But Luffy's asking why not, saying that's the sun god's temple there, guarded by fishish soldiers, saying that none have ever approached the temple and returned to life to speak of it. Nami goes like, oh no, don't say it like that, as she immediately knows that Luffy is going to run to it thinking, adventure! And the hot grasshopper guy gets shocked as Luffy is just running in that direction, as Nami, Usopp, Sanji pull out their hands, doing their shocked face, telling Luffy, get back here! Let's see, Usopp thanks the man for all the advice, and Nami goes like, oh, and doing the flirty, let's see, wink and tongue spit out saying, sorry for everything. And the biker guy goes like, huh, getting all blushy and all that stuff. And he says, going all like that from like Nami's compliment or flirtatious, let's see, sentence. And So he goes like, vicious soldier's heart, getting a bit excited himself. And Sanji goes like, Luffy acts that way because he feeds off your energy, saying you should be ashamed. Let's see, as he's getting mad at Luffy, mad at Zoro, thinking he's a bad influence of. Let's see, Zoro, as Nami is also running away from the grasshopper dude. The grasshopper dude then turns around and notices that there's rubble, not realizing probably that Luffy and probably realizing, just not realizing that Luffy and Ko have caused a bit of damage. So anyway, now my thoughts on this bit. I will admit, I do like the fact that we got a biker guy on a grasshopper. I thought that was quite creative of Oda, and he's just like, and Luffy's just being impressed. I do like how Sanji and Nami are still grossed out by bugs due to the Sky Jaya arc. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Let's see, and I do like how Luffy's just asking all these questions at once, and the guy just comments on it. And he's just, but he's like a busy man, saying he's got all these duties looking after these gods, warning them about this sun god that guards this place, and talking about how he needs to help feed the rule of the castle. But and interesting how he goes on about all the different animals that the Straw Hats either beaten up or killed. I do love how Usopp's just trying to shut Luffy's mouth, not to reveal that he has actually beaten up or killed all these creatures. While the guy's just going on about his job, while Nami's just keeping her mouth shut. Let's see, when it comes to hers, and the rest of the Straw Hats just whistling when it came to like the giant, when the giant rabbit was burnt near to death near the town and all that. So it's like trying to avoid the collective guilt that these people might actually worship these giant animals and deal with the consequences of it. But yeah, but I do love how the guy tries to warn them also the fact that there's these fishes animals in this like particularly opposite direction of the castle, and these vicious soldiers in which no one's returned alive from it, but Nami just immediately knows that if you say it like that, Luffy will just go and have and go there to check it out and have like an awesome adventure. I just love how the rest of the Straw Hats are just like, Luffy, no! But yeah, I even do like how Nami seems to be a little flirtatious, which I will admit I'm surprised she doesn't do it more, because she could probably get a lot of other Sanji-like figures being, I'll do what you say, lovely lady, kind of thing like that. But I guess she just says it to Sanji just because it's more easy to manipulate him. I do love how Zoro's so excited to fight these soldiers, but Sanji is just having a go at him for being a bad influence on Luffy about taking on these fights. I'm curious to see if this grasshopper biker will realize that the Straw Hats are the ones causing all this damage. Anyway, we see Luffy running, going like, hee, I smell adventure, vicious soldier gods. The rest of the Straw Hats saying, Luffy, wait, going about, how come there's so much space? Let's see, and talking about how there's no homes around here, and running like, questioning like, how long does this path go for? I'm going like, is it me or does this castle look like just like the other? Noticing similar castle as Luffy goes forward, going like, as Luffy realizes that, oh, someone's running this way. He's wearing Elbaf clothes too, but goes like, whatever, I'll just dodge and run past him. Ends up banging his face into sort of like into a mirror, into the wall, and realizing that's a mirror, as he can see a reflection of himself. And that causes quite a massive crack. Shocking others, going like, what the sky just cracked. So it says, what just happened? Usopp and Nami just going like, heart. Luffy's feeling his face. He's screaming in pain. And then one of them goes like, look at the sky. It's splitting over by the temple. But also on the other side too. Actually, I think that's just regular, it's the Vikings or members of the village saying, what's happening here? Saying how the kingdom's in chaos today. As Sanji goes like, so wait. Nami saying, what does this mean? As Straw Hats realize that they are inside a reveal that they're inside a tiny room. As Nami says, this is clearly a giant-sized room, and they seem to be in a toy play set, if you will, and saying this is clearly a giant-sized room. So we're not inside the Elbaf ship, right? That's what I'm asking. And Usopp saying, yeah, they had no cabins like this one. With goes like, what's this netting? And then Sanji's like, if there are giants on the other side, that where's nothing but pets in the enormous cage. And you hear someone say, oh no, and he goes like, hey, wait, what is that noise? Are you on my side? Please come and save me. As the Straw Hats realize that it's none other than Chopper crying, going like, I'm so happy to see you guys. As Nami just hugs him, goes like, oh, poor Chopper, you're safe now. And he goes like, I couldn't get the collar off because the metal was too hard, and I thought I was a goner. Let's see. But Nami goes like, now you owe me one. So Nami has a more sinister purpose of saving Chopper. And then let's see, Usopp pointing out, hey, Nami, you were crying at the start too. And so realizing, so these human-sized clothes in the Giant's room, are they supposed to be like dolls' clothings? And Usopp goes like, look at these, though. Is this the sun god? A super delicate artisan or what? As Luffy ends up coming down, now seemingly wearing an axe on his back, I think different from a sword, saying, it's all blocks. And he's going like, yeah, that's what the kingdom was made of when we roasted that rabbit. The nasty smell it made had to be from cynic reasoning burning along with it. As Sanji is talking about this, saying, just look at that. The edges were mirrors that made the scenery seem to go on forever. And he goes like, oh, I think Usopp realizing, oh, it's see-through. But goes on like, but from this side, it just looks like glass. Is this some kind of magic mirror? But Sanji says, Nami, I call dibs on the next shift of cleaning the women's cabin. But Nami just then tries to kick, saying, don't you dare try to install those. Realizing that he's gotten a bad idea from these mirrors. And you get Zoro saying, so basically, some giant with poor taste decides to build a kingdom of blocks, toss a bunch of humans, animals in there to see what happens. Usopp going about how it's creepy, but wonders what it means if they're already in Elbaf, a giant's helps inside the land of giants. With Usopp saying, we're here already? All right. With Nami saying that we don't actually know that for certain, and saying that all they know is a giant did this. Chopper saying, we need to get outside to be sure where everyone else is. Let's get out before the giant comes back. Usopp goes like they should go back to town and ask for info just in case. This person might be a weirdo, but if we want to avoid friction with the giants, if all at all possible, saying, you got that, Luffy, don't do anything stupid. Let's see, but he goes like, okay, can I at least beat this one up? As Nami and Chopper freak out at a giant sneak, and Usopp is just crying, destroy it! And then Nami sees down some giant mouses and all that, saying, down there, mice. Then Sanji looks a raven overhead. As they talk, are these the temple soldiers? And saying, what about this place looks temple-ish to you? Saying, if you're already eating a rabbit, then you might as well whoop these other animals. As we see someone's footsteps going, we see this giant figure in a sort of, let's see, furry coat, a bushy around, scarf or something, and then moose skeletons like head. As you got someone saying, stop playing around, guys, just finish it off. If the sun god comes back now, he ends up hearing this. Seeing smoke down. On the floor. As someone says, that's too much, Luffy. Saying, I wasn't the one who spread the fire from the hearth. As giant skull guy starts to open the door angry. as he sees a giant fight where Luffy's in Gear 5 mode, going like, "What? My sacred temple!" As we see Luffy having fun in Gear 5 mode, battling like a giant snake in Crow, fire set everywhere. Usopp sees something, telling Luffy to look out, saying that the Sun God's back, saying they got to run. The Crow comes towards them, but so I think tries to cut him, and Luffy goes gum gum. Dawn Pistol punching the giant snake, his fist going right through it, as going Dawn Pistol. As I think someone goes like Helam Gada, I'm not sure if that's the name of the snake, but Luffy's laughing and everyone's saying "Hurry, Luffy!" As Chopper, as it says, that giant seems especially huge. Chopper in his reindeer form, as they all start running away. And go, as one of them says, and it looks creepy. Zoro notices something, sees the giant cat meowing, but as he end up grabbing him, riding on him, and he says, the Chopper translates saying, "I'll get you for this." As I think Nami says, "Duly noted," but anyway, look at this. Saying she didn't find anything worth of money, but Usopp and goes like, "Huh?" Luffy looks a little surprised. Sanji's smiling, saying, as Chopper realizes, "Are those plans to the Block Kingdom?" Meaning, they goes like, meaning a map. As Zoro comments about "Here it comes," as you see the now giant Sun God saying, "How dare you bring ruin upon my kingdom," holding a shield and a giant staff or spear-like thing, if you will, with a circle spike thing, as he starts to chase the Straw Hats now on the giant cat. As they say, "Hold on tight, folks. If we run straight, we should hit another mirror." Saying, "Break through that and the wall behind it, and we'll be outside." As they say, "Yes, time to escape." As you see regular citizens realize, "Oh no, the Sun God is in divine fury." As the giant says, "You shall not escape." Ending the chapter. Okay, may have went a bit, let's see, all the rest of the narration may have gone a bit further, but I guess it's time to give my remaining thoughts on this chapter. I just love how Luffy's just livening the smell of adventures. The others are trying to catch up, but start to notice that the space seems to go on forever, and Luffy is just like going like and noticing like the other the similar castle to the one they went to on the other side, which is a hint that it's going to be a mirror. And if it wasn't more of a hint, when Luffy sees someone running towards him, it's he not realizing that he's in a mirror, it gets the funny face reaction and causing cracks. And the surprising of the Straw Hats. I do like that the chaos of the Straw Hats is seemingly noticed by the citizens, who probably at this point are just actually regular-sized humans like them and not actual giants. Though, granted, I think it should be obvious once you saw that biker dude. So, yeah, so they're not giants. They're actually just regular citizens who seem to be stuck in this block place, looking after these gods, and then panicking when all this chaos is happening. So, I do like how they're panicking about how chaos in the kingdom today. And that I do like how the Straw Hats realize in a giant-sized room, realizing they're not in the Elbaf ship, and that realizing since there's no cabins like it, and let's see, going about how, okay. Let's see, Sanji realizing, okay, so there's nothing but pets in this enormous cage. And, of course, they finally reunite with Chopper after hearing him beg for help, which, of course, he does end up crying. So I do like how Chopper's now reunited with the East Blue Five, and they now become the Alabasta group. I do love how Nami tries to be like the warm big sister, mother-like figure, if you will, probably more big sister hugging Chopper, but also trying to say, "You owe me now for saving you." And he's like, "Wait, what?" It's like, can't we just have this touching moment, if you will? Let's see. I do like how the Straw Hats then realize, okay, someone has been crafting doll-like size clothes for us humans, to wear. Wondering if it's the giants. And then they're realizing about how there's, all these blocks here, which Sanji deduces like, yeah, that must have been the case given the fact that they burnt that rabbit. they got that terrible smell based on like burning plastic like that. So I do like Sanji's deduction skills when it comes to cooking. I do like how let's see, they talk about how okay they can see it's now the mirror seems to be a see-through one on the other side. Let's see where they see only reflection from one side but can see through the kingdom on the other. So I do like that. Though I will admit, I do admit Sanji's being a bit crossing the line here, but I do like the funny moment of him going like, okay, I want to install like net shift cleaning the woman's bathroom, thinking he could probably do something with those mirrors. But Nami realizes that he's trying to install those into like the women's cabin. It's like, nope, you're not doing that. I don't trust you one bit to install something like that and what to enter for its use. Let's see. I do like how Zoro's deduced that, okay, some giants have tossed them and animals in together to one kingdom and see what happens. And Usopp going like, okay, yeah, this is creepy, but wondering like, are they in Elbaf and like the land of the giants? Luffy's excited, but Nami points out, yeah, like I pretty much was guessing, yeah, they're probably not in actual Elbaf. They seem to be just shrunk. Let's see, so they need to, let's see. And only going like, oh, we only know a giant did this. And Usopp says they need to go outside where everyone else is, but let's go get out before the giant comes back. Usopp saying how they should ask citizens in the town to ask for some info, since they might be a prisoner and all that stuff, and that they want to try and avoid the friction with the giants, of course. But I do like how Luffy says, okay, but I want to fight this giant snake first. And of course, the weakling trio just completely panicking. I do like how we got a giant snake, a bunch of giant mice, crow, and all that. It seems like animals that would probably try to eat each other instead, fighting the Straw Hats and all that stuff. But I do like how one of them says, if you're really eating a rabbit, you might as well kill the rest of these lot. Anyway, we finally get introduced to this sun god, this skull-headed dude that's got like this Viking like neck scarf thing and Viking like cloak, if let's see, trousers, let's see, coat, if you will. Let's see. Granted, many have noted that this dude looks like one of the God's Knights shown in like the Kuma flashback when they were at God Valley. And I think this has led to many suspicions, particularly I think from Mr. Marge, that this guy is a God Knight pretending to be a sun god and has been shrinking people as part of like the God's Knights, whatever job it is required for him to do on certain individuals. But yeah. So arguably the Straw Hats, if they have been attacked by possibly the man with the whirlpools, as some have theorized, it's likely that, let's see, he's a part of the God's Knights, and that this is another member of the God's Knights that struck the Straw Hats to keep an eye on them or keep them imprisoned, and he's just now finally coming to check out. So yeah, I mean, he could be a giant, and maybe he's like Loki, but at the moment, I'm twirling to more of like this God's Knight pretending to be a sun god. I do like how he's just casually walking in, but then here's the Straw Hats talking about, oh, don't cause too much trouble, Luffy, and then just realizes that Luffy has just caused a fire and causing all sort of chaos, beating up all these animals, and particularly Luffy's gone in Gear 5 mode. People think like, oh, what's Luffy doing in Gear 5 mode? But I think Luffy just want to have fun with it, and I don't mind. It does lead to a very funny moment where Luffy punching the snake in the sort of like cartoon like punch of like fist going beyond the skin, if you will, and knocking out the snake. But yeah, I do like how they end up just running away afterwards and then running into the giant cat from earlier and forcing him to ride them, just like the bomb tree. I do like how Chopper translates as him saying, "I'll get you for this," as I do like how Nami's also done her thieving skills to catch a map of like at least the building blocks of this world, if you will. Instructions, or in other words, a map, as they are now running for their lives, chased by the giant sun god who seems to house a shield and a staff. So yeah, I do like how you got this Straw Hats crazy running adventure. They're having fun at the very least, where the cat is just crying and running about like, I'm in so much trouble. as they're just like casually saying, "Hold on tight. If we have another run into another mirror, one of us will break it and go like time to escape." But citizens are just like, "Oh no, the sun god is angry." And he's just like, and he finally speaks saying, "You shall not escape," which, okay, that sounds a bit cliche, but heck, it's he's chasing the Straw Hats and angry that they destroyed his let me see, his sacred temple, if you will. So I do like that. So yeah. But yeah, I do like just how the Straw Hats is like, okay, time to escape, not really being threatened by this giant sun god. So yeah, overall, it's a good chapter, I'd say. And yeah, you get a little bit of the fun, like some of the fun banter between the Straw Hats, particularly Nami getting annoyed by Sanji's antics, be it let's see, his dreams, let's see, or like his pervy ideas of like installing those mirror windows, if you will. She does not trust him for that. So I do like you see that. Let's see, Luffy expecting more from Usopp, so finding directions. Let's see, Usopp and Nami's theories about, let's see, okay, the giants shouldn't really be making clothes for us, or wait, have we been grown giant size only to probably actually realize that they've probably been shrunk, or at least they're inside a tiny castle to be, let's see, for humans and animals to live in. That biker grasshopper with the Straw Hats trying to keep secrets from all the stuff they did of damaging those, let's see, god animals, even though Luffy tries to be honest, but Usopp just pretty much stops him from telling the truth. So I do like that. Luffy running to adventure the moment he is like a dangerous place where no one's returned. The Straw Hats trying to stop him. Let's see, realizing that they're in a sort of mirror, like in sort of like a mirror toy world, if you will. Let's see, self-contained world where they're sort of like pets. Reuniting with Chopper, which some funny banter between him and Nami. The weakening trio crying out the giant animal monsters. Luffy just, let's see, fighting them and all that. And the appearance of the sun god, who looks like one of the God's Knights, which might lead to the theory that, okay, the God's Knights are actually one of the antagonist groups that the Straw Hats will be dealing in Elbaf. But yeah, overall, good, let's see, chapter, and also them taking control of the Lion Cat and being chased. So yeah, it's all a bunch of fun. Granted, if this is not, let's see, I'm thinking is this a Holy Knight or God's Knight, if you will? We're probably not actually in Elbaf, and we're probably dealing with this little mini arc of Tiny World, if you will, before we actually head to the actual Elbaf arc. So yeah, or at least a prelude before we actually get there. But we have to wait and see how the Alabasta group of Straw Hats will deal with it all, and whether or not they might actually reunite with Vivi. But yeah, but overall, it is a very good chapter. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty solid. Not really too much to complain, unless I guess you could say Sanji's acting antics going a bit too far. But yeah, overall, good chapter. 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, I look forward to the next chapter when it comes out. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber signing off. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say, and goodbye for now.